Alrighty, this is part two. How long is it? An hour, maybe an hour and like 20 minutes. I'm done. I gotta start cleaning my room. Room's a mess. Yeah. And the deal with Amazon is 80-20. I take 80. You might say, no, they take 80. They take 20% of the profits. That's the deal. The only thing you take 100% of is the money I'm paying for the to give everyone free merch and the movie. That money you keep. I won't take a dime off that. I don't know, $1 million will cost me $800,000. You keep all that. But for the sales, I take 80% of the profits. You guys take 20% of the profits. That's the deal. You breach the deal, I'm going to terminate my deal with you. I'll just release it online on my website if you breach a deal. And they won't. You have to honor your deal. You take 20% of the profits. I take 80. You don't have to spend a dime on marketing. Me, myself, don't have the keys. You're making this money because of us. You guys take 20% of the profits. We take 80. It's a fair deal. And you're paying for the merch. You make me pay for the merch. I'm gonna up it to maybe 83.17 if you want to be greedy. No, Ivan, we want that extra 3%. Okay, if you want the extra 3%, you're paying for the merch. You can easily afford it. You're a $1 trillion company. You can easily afford to put like a couple $100 million towards the merch. To create the merch. So if you're not signing with Amazon Studios, no, I'm signing with a distribution company. I'm signing with Amazon Distribution, not Amazon Studio. No, I have my own studio. I don't need Amazon Studio. With the distribution company, they're going to distribute my merch and my movies around the world. A beautiful box set and the merch, the posters, the mugs, the custom-made clothing, the weapons, and the hot toys. Amazon is distributing that all around, all over the world for me. And because they're in like every country in Europe pretty much. And they're in North America, they're in China, Japan, they're in Mexico, they're in New Zealand, Australia. They're a good company to partner with. They can distribute my movies and merch worldwide. Samsara. They have 1 million plus employees, Amazon. Crazy, huh? Hence why with 1 million employees, you can easily pull off delivering, I don't know, 600, 700 million 4K Blu-ray movies around the world. They can handle it. And hundreds of millions of orders for the merch. They can handle it, obviously. It might be a bit of delays, but they can handle it. Hence why I'm giving them a nice 20% of the profits, because they're taking that load off me. And they're a big company. One of the biggest companies in the world. I think Amazon's second after Apple. Apple's the biggest brand in the world, and second after that is Amazon. Amazon pulls in around $800 billion to $1 trillion every year or something like that. Either that or they're worth like about 800, 900 billion, $1 trillion. Amazon, and Apple's worth a few $1 trillion. That's why Amazon's a big company. That's when I signed that deal with them. I'm gonna tell my son either, hey, do you know who we just signed with? We signed with one of the biggest distribution company in the world. Amazon's the biggest distribution company in the world. You sign with the biggest distribution company in the world, Amazon. Amazon's bigger than Disney, Warner Bros., bigger than all those other companies by a long shot. Disney's only worth a couple $100 billion. Amazon's worth close to $1 trillion. They're a big company. And they're greedy, that's why you gotta be careful. You have your lawyer with you, that way they don't dupe you. The my lawyer will create the contract. I only want it on 4K Blu-ray. I want to sell this kind of merch. You have to tell Amazon what kind of merch you want to sell. That's why your photographers and graphics are going to be busy taking all those pictures for the posters. And you have to tell Amazon you want it on 4K Blu-ray only in a box set for Zanus. How much will you sell your movie for, Ivan? It depends on the cost. If it costs Amazon $35 to create the box set, I'll sell my movie for $110. If it costs them maybe $45, I'll sell it for maybe $125, $130. That way I make more profit. $129.99, $124.99. But most likely it will be around $110 for the box set. It's a good deal for you guys. $109.99 for the box set. And the merch is even more expensive than the movie, obviously. The merch is more expensive than the movie. I told you, the main merch will be the posters and L mugs. That's going to be my main merch. And the other stuff is all side stuff. A lot of people will buy it, but the main merch will be the posters and L mugs. Paper ones or framed ones you can get. And it comes with your beautiful L mugs and your Joe pipe. Is there? Yeah. Man, it got dark so fast. What the fuck? The sun left. It got dark. You guys can still see me well, right? Yeah. Oh, the sun's coming back up. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. And Peter Jackson will get my top two cans to direct the movie. Peter gets his 85 million base. That's his 85 million base. Canadian, which is like 101 million US money. So he signed a $100 million deal for his base for 4 years of work. The Mel payment is 56 million base for the 4 years of Zanus. And then Peter gets $10 million in royalties if I make 10 billion or less. If I make 11 billion plus to like 19 billion, I'll give him 650 million of the royalties. 700 million in royalties. If I make like 15 billion, I can give him 700 million. I make 13, 14, 12, 11, I can give him 600 million, 650 million of the royalties. If I make 10 or under 11, he gets $510 million of royalties. His base stays the same, his merch stays the same at $160 million. Mel Gibson, I'll give him like 55 million for the merch. If I make more, he gets 360 million, and if I make more than 20, he gets like 400 million of the royalties for the box office. That's my deal for those two directors. Massive contracts. I really work hard for you, and they're happy. And if Peter wants more, Ivan, can I get a bit more of that? I'm like, no, Peter, this is enough. Stop being greedy, Samsara. $500 million is enough, man. Stop being greedy. This is more than we make for the rings. Yeah. Oh, seriously, Ivan, can I get a bit more of that, Ivan, of the box set, Ivan? I'm like, no, Peter. Stop being greedy. It's a deal, Ivan. It's Asia. Ivan, that's a good deal for Peter, Ivan. He doesn't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, he doesn't make this in Hollywood. His manager or agent will tell me, yeah, that's a good deal for Peter. Mel Gibson's agent will tell me that's good for Mel Gibson. Sarah? Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to choose. It's going to be tough between both directors. It's going to be a tough choice, man. They're both really good. That's why it's going to be tough to choose between both directors. It's going to be tough, man. Yeah, man. I don't know what I'm going to choose. Samsara. For my 17, I'm going to have 2 secretaries. I'll pay them $1 million a year. So me and my significant other will pay them $1 million a year. And they get a 300,000 signing bonus. That's good. That's a good deal for them. And they get $5.5 million of the box office royalties. And a $150,000 post-filming bonus. That's a good deal for the secretaries. They're going to be my administrative assistants and my co-assistant producers. And the other 3, the accountant, head of production, and lawyer, they get $2 million a year, $600,000 signing bonus, and they get $250K post-filming bonus. And they get $11 million of the box office roll. That's a massive deal for them. I'm narrowing it down to the people who work for the big 6 companies in Hollywood. That way, I don't look as much resumes. Television guys are out. Only the big 6 companies. So Universal, Disney, Paramount, Warner Bros. Netflix is good. That's and Sony, Columbia Pictures. So the big 6 companies, those you have to work for one of those companies, otherwise you don't qualify. I don't want to look at 2,000 resumes, guys. I don't have time for that. Samsara. And the script developers, I'm gonna hire someone who has experience running a business. I might do the Peter Safran thing with James Gunn. One creative guy and one business guy. So you can have someone like Peter Rice, who worked in Hollywood. He has experience running a business, obviously. And you can hire someone who's creative, like Jon Favreau, or I would love to get James Gunn and Peter Safran, but they're with DC right now. If the DC thing is successful, Warner Bros. Is going to extend their contracts, obviously. But if they have an opt-out agreement in the contract, they can still ditch DC and work for me, obviously. And they'd rather work for me than work in DC, because when you work for my company, you don't have to worry about the business, the movies flopping, that kind of stuff. I have the keys to the kingdom. You just got to do your job and you get your check for my company. You don't have to worry about your movie flopping. All my movies are going to be profitable. Yeah, I have the keys to the kingdom, and I'm special. I'm the son of God. And my sin rather is the spirit of God. We're special. You don't have to worry about any of my movies flopping. I mean, my company losing money. My company will be profitable. Automatic success. I have the keys to the kingdom. I'm special. So the script developers, who are going to be my president, the president of my company, they don't have to worry about my movies flopping. I would love to grab James Gunn and Peter Safran from DC, but we'll see what happens, obviously. I think I might go for Peter Rice as one of my guys. I remember John Campion said something. He said, if you to run a studio, you shouldn't hire filmmakers. Hire someone who knows how to run a business. So I'll put on an ad for someone who has experience running businesses for the big 6 companies. You have Peter Rice, there's other cats, I don't know their names. You have one guy like him, and you hire another creative guy like James Gunn, Jon Favreau. Dave Filoni is not that qualified. I was thinking about him though, but I don't know. We'll see what happens when I choose. I don't know. James Gunn's just a creative guy. No, sorry. Dave Filoni's just a creative guy. Or James Gunn is a creative guy too, but Peter Safran's a business guy. That's why it's good to have one guy who has experience running a business in the Hollywood entertainment industry. So, Sarah? And the script developer's contract varies on who I hire. So the script developer position is they don't get a fixed amount. It varies on who I hire, how big they are, how much they're worth. Like James Gunn, I'd pay him like a $24 million bonus if I get him from DC. I highly doubt I will. And he gets like a rich, like maybe $4 million salary for the first year and $2.7 million for the other years. And I'll give him maybe $55 million of the royalties for the movie. $60 million royalties for the movie. So Sarah, he doesn't make that in Hollywood. Yeah. Now Peter Safran, I don't know how much he's worth, but I'll pay him a lot of money too if I hire him. Or Peter Rice. Some Sarah? Yeah. And they're going to be running my company on my behalf. I'll be running the company, but I'm only focusing on the main things, like the contracts for the actors and visual effects team and cinematographers. And I'm focusing on the main things, but all the other stuff, the script developers are handling all that, and they're overseeing the other members of the 17. They're the boss of my company. They're the presidents of my company. Me and my son are the CEOs. They're the presidents of my company. They're going to be the president of Skyscraper Entertainment. But they have many hats. They're also going to help me with the script a little bit. They're going to be making a shit ton of business calls, signing the rest of the crewmen. It's a lot of work. Helping me with casting decisions, that kind of stuff. I'm going to hire a casting director. I'm going to also look at some of the reels. I'm only going to look at the narrowed down candidates. So the casting director looks at all the reels, and then he or she, most likely a she, they narrow down the top, like maybe 20 candidates, and they tell me, and I look over it. We decide who's best for the role. I told you for Zayas, I chose most of my actors. I'm going to have other actors come in and read, like Daniel Kaluuya, I'm going to have him come in and read for Tacitonius. Dev Patel, I'll have him come and read for Papyri. The Anunzo guy, I'll have him come in and read for Cornelius. Sarah, and I'm going to have other actors come and read for the other parts, obviously. But chances are most of those actors are chosen. But I'm going to have other actors come and read just in case. And it's good to have John Boyega, Yvonne Joje send in their reels. Everyone who I chose, I want them sending in the reels. That way I know for sure I chose the right actors. You read like a two minute. You read the lines for 2 minutes, and I see if I chose the right actors. I'm like, holy shit, I chose the right actors. These guys are perfect for the role. Yeah, they're perfect for the role. Sarah. Sarah. I checked around. Idris Elba is now worth $50 million. So his salary, I'm not going to raise this because he's a bit of a minor role. I'm not going to pay him any more than $12 million. But for the royalties, I can give him more. I can give him maybe 12.5, 13 million of the royalties, a bit more. Considering he's worth $50 million, I can give him 13.5 million of the royalties. That's good enough for him. Realistically speaking, he's worth like $50 million. He's worth at least a good like 17 million roles. Because he's a minor role, I don't want to rip me off. Pay him 13.5. That's good enough because he's a minor role for the movie. He's a major character in the prologue, but the rest of the movie he's a minor character. That's why I'm not going to overpay him. There's context. If the guy's not as major, you pay him a bit less. I'll pay him 12 for his base, but I'll give him maybe 13.5 million of the royalties for the movie. That's good enough for him. He signed like a 26 million, 27 million deal. That's a good deal for him. It's a massive contract. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Yeah. Walking away with millions in his bank. Yeah. He's key to the plot. That's why I'm paying him a lot of money. Because Taki's the first is key to the plot. He starts off the movie with a prologue. He's a major character, the main character for the prologue. And in Volume 3, he's key to the plot. You'll see that when we read the book. I want to destroy the world, so I'm paying him a lot of money. I know I'm doing that way. He destroys the role as Taki is the first, my father, for the movie. Samsara. That's why he'll be nervous. Because the movie starts off with him. He's the main character of the story. And Jimo Hansu's in the prologue too. Cassius. Job is in the prologue too, but he's minor. He has like one scene in the prologue. Don Cheadle or Vigo, they're going to be in the prologue too. I'm going to have Vigo come in and read for Maramis. He might be better than Don Cheadle. I think Don Cheadle's better for Maramis, but I'm going to have Vigo come in and read too. For Maramis the Archer, Captain of the Archers. Samsara. Yeah. Vigo, I'll pay him his. I can pay him his 9.7, a bit less than Don Cheadle. I can give him 11 million of the royalties. That's good. That's a good deal for him. 10 million, 11 million of the royalties. 11 million of the royalties I'll give him. So he signed like and I'll give him 2 million for the game. So he signed like a 20, I don't know, 23 million deal, whatever it is. Obviously. You have to have these actors read. You don't just want to choose them blindly. Yeah, they have to come and read for the part. The only ones who don't really have to audition are the bigger A-listers. If I choose a bigger A-lister for the... Like, Keanu Reeves doesn't have to audition for The Great Escape. He's already a big actor. I already know he's an amazing actor. Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck don't have to audition for the part. They got the part for The Great Escape because they're big A-list actors. Obviously. Whereas Brie Larson and them, I might have them come in and read. Smaller A-listers, I'm going to have them come in and read just in case. But the bigger ones, you don't have to come in. They don't have to come and read. They already have the respect. They got the part. They don't have to come and read. But the small A-listers have to read. I'm going to have them come in and read. B-listers have to read. Rising stars have to read. Just in case, you have to have them read for the part. That way you know you made sure you chose the right actors. The bigger A-listers don't have to read. They're already big actors. You already know they're already established in the industry. So I'm saying, huh? Yeah. Because Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck's age are going to ask you, do I have to audition? I'm like, no. They don't have to audition. The seconds will tell them, no, they don't have to audition. They got the part. They're already respected, established actors in Hollywood. They don't have to read for the part. I already know they're amazing actors. Samsara? For The Great Escape. Samsara? Or The Matrix. We'll see what happens. Ben Affleck, if I do The Matrix, Ben Affleck will be in that movie. He'll sign a 3-movie deal if I do The Matrix. Whereas Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson will not be in The Matrix. Keanu Reeves, I might have him have a cameo appearance in The Matrix. A small little scene when I die. Pay him a few million, like $2 million, but he's not a major character. That's why Ben Affleck is and Brie Larson and John Krasinski are praying to God I do The Matrix because they want to sign a 3-movie deal whereby they're locked on for 10 years of their life working for my company. Yeah. But it's an exclusive contract. You can't work in Hollywood. I need you focused on the movie if I do The Matrix. Some Sarah. That's why you have to pay a lot of money. Hollywood will be throwing me a lot of offers. You better pay me a lot of money. Yeah, is this enough, guys? Yeah, it's enough, guys. You guys know how much I'm willing to pay them. That's enough money. Some Sarah. To get you by for the next 10 years. Yeah. Sarah, I hope Matrix 5 gets cancelled. Because I really want to do The Matrix, man. Even though The Great Escape is an amazing movie, I want to do The Matrix trilogy so bad. Yeah. And all those actors will be signing 3 movie deals. Yeah. 3 movie deals. Massive contracts, yeah. Sarah. Was The Great Escape's a one and done. But The Great Escape will be an amazing movie too, man. I'm gonna be honest. The Matrix is most likely not happening because doing Matrix 5, it's gonna be The Great Escape with Keanu Reeves. That's just the truth. Most likely, right? Yeah. We're on the run from all these badass. My idea is the people who will come after us, they wear these masks. These like creepy masks. Have any of you guys seen the movie called Black Phone with Ethan Hawke when the guy who abducts kids? Obviously, he throws them in his basement. You guys ever seen that movie Black Phone with Ethan Hunt? They wear these creepy masks like that, and they come after us. Kind of like Vacancy in a way, right? You know the movie Vacancy with Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale? That was a pretty good movie, right? That came out like, I don't know, that movie came out like what? Like 17 years ago, whatever it is? 2007, yeah, I saw that movie. Something creepy like that. They wore these masks, and they're badass fighters. And we're on the run, yeah. The hitmen have like masks, that kind of stuff. Look at that amazing movie. Ah, you're creative, yes, I'm very creative. Look at that amazing movie. Yeah. But Zayn is my main focus right now. It's the best movie Joe's ever made. It's gonna be better than all those movies. That's my main focus for now. That's the main reason why I'm starting Scars, is because of Zanus. I want Zanus to make that movie I want to make that book into a movie. Looking at a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece for Zanus. Yeah, man. The actors will be excited. Yeah, they're gonna be excited for the movie. They fly on my agent gives them a call. They got the part, and they send their agents or managers the schedule, and they fly in on I'll pick them up in Los Angeles. I have to pick up John Boyega, Idris Elba, and Andy Serkis in Britain. They live in London, England. They live in England, right? So I have to have a plane flown there to pick them up. Then Carl Urban lives in New Zealand. I'll have him fly to Britain, and he meets up with them, and I pick them up there. I pick all of them up there, and another plane goes to Los Angeles to pick up all the actors who live in Los Angeles. Because most Hollywood actors live in Los Angeles. You pick all the Hollywood actors who live in Los Angeles. They fly in your private jet, which is fucking cool, like Incredibles. They can have a beer in the jet. They fly to Vancouver, and they land on my beautiful Grand Missile property. And the limo driver takes me to my office, like, holy shit, Ivan's company's top notch, yeah. They sign their contracts, and I take him out to Boston Pizza. We have a nice dinner, and they part up my condo for 6 hours. And they fly back home, and they get their script, and they have to start practicing their lines. And my secretaries are going to tell their agents, send their agents all the schedules for everything. Okay, on this day, you're going to be flown into your photo shoot, your magazine photo shoot, your commercial, and your interviews. You're going to get a $10,000 check for that. So all the actors get $10,000 per photo shoot. They get $10,000 for the photo shoot, for the commercial, and for the interview. They get a $10,000 check. I'm doing 5 of those every year. So I'm going to do 5 commercials, 5 ad shoots the second year, and 5 different interviews. Update the website, obviously. The actors get $50,000 a year for the magazine ad shoots, the interviews, and the commercials. Alright, you're gonna have commercials. Yeah, I'm gonna have a thing whenever you click on the trailer, before the trailer starts, I play this commercial. I don't have to do commercials because I have the keys, but to make my company better, you can do a commercial and it says Sky Source Entertainment or something like that. They do this commercial to make it more professional, and then you watch the trailers for the doc and movie. And the interviews are going to be featured on the Sky Source News with the magazine pictures. And every time I do that, I'm going to do a party with the actors afterwards. So every time you do your ad shoot and your interviews, your quick 5-minute interview that gets featured in the Sky Source News. Well, you filmed the interviews, Ivan. No, I'm going to have it in written format. This is not sports. See, sports, when they interview people, it's on video. Whereas movies, it's usually written interviews. They don't do interviews where, unless you're at the red carpet event, it's a written interview featured on my Sky Source News. Interview them for a good 5 minutes, and then the typewriter has to type it out on the website. And the web designer will code it. Something fucking nice. Professional action. You get a $10,000 check. You need to help them out a little bit because you're not paying them for 2 years. So you get $50K second year, and third year I do another 5 training ad shoots, 5 more interviews, and I do 5 more commercials. They get another $50,000 check. And then fourth year, they're going to be doing weekly character ad shoots. The actors get another $50,000 check. Around there, like for the character ad shoots, I'll pay the actors like $2K a week. Around there, I'll pay them maybe $1,000 a week for the ad shoots. The actors for the fourth year, or second, third year they get $10,000 per ad shoot. For every 5 ad shoots a year, $50K, and then fourth year they get like maybe $1,000 a week for their weekly character ad shoots. I'm not gonna pay them $10,000 a week. That's crazy. No, you gotta watch for your budget. Fourth year they get $1,000 a week for each character ad shoot, weekly for 9 months. So they're pulling in like another $30,000 maybe fourth year. Fourth year they don't make as much, because I'm paying them their salaries. So they get $1,000 a week for their weekly character ad shoots and the interviews, all that stuff. So you're going to be interviewing the actors even during production. Yeah, during production you're going to have to interview the actors too. You tell them how it's like, what's going on, how it's like working how it's like filming the movie, how they're feeling. You interview them, and the weekly character actors get featured like Empire Magazine, something fucking cool. And the actors, I'll pay them $1,000 a week. I can pay them $2,000. Pay them $2,000 a week. $2,000 a week for 9 months. The actors are pulling in, I don't know, they're pulling in a lot of money. I don't know how much they're making. No, $2,000 is too much. $1,000 a week is good enough. That's $4,000 a month. You're still pulling in your, like, I don't know, $60,000 in for your ad shoots and your interviews. But fourth year there'll be no commercials. Fourth year there's no commercials because we're filming the movie. But you have to do the interviews. You have to do the weekly character ad shoots, like Empire Magazine. I'll pay the actors like $2,000 a week. Only the actors who are featured get $2,000. Like the actors for Lithius and the minor characters don't get shit because they're not featured on the ad shoots. Only the main ones are featured on the ad shoots. They get $2,000 a week, excluding their already rich contract. They're getting paid, right? Their rich paycheck, right? Yeah, it's a good deal for them. The main like 12 stars, 13, 14 stars get $2,000 a week. Easy to afford. I have a big $10 million budget towards salaries, and I understand why my company blows out of the water. They're making so much money, man. You have that money, you have your base, you have your royalties, you have your speaking fee earnings, perhaps like World touring, you have your game money, you have your merch money. You're making a lot of money, yeah. Check my camera, guys.